Hello, I'm Claudia, coming to you from the GBTA VDR Conference 2024 in partnership with the Nordic Business Travel Associations in Copenhagen. Joining me today at Broadcast Studio is Ville Häyrynen, CEO from LYGG. Welcome. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you, Claudia.
Good. Thank you so much for being here with me today. And we'll just get started with some questions, shall we?
Absolutely.
So tell me a little bit about LYGG. What do you do and how do you revolutionize business travel?
Well, LYGG is a company who offers direct connections for corporate customers, mainly at this moment, based on their needs from actual locations of business to where they're actually going. So we're doing true regional travel.
Right, interesting. Tell me a bit about the aircrafts that you're using, because I'm imagining it's not an A320.
No, we're not trying to compete with the bigger airlines, and that's really not our way of doing business. So we try to get smaller aircrafts or all kinds of sized aircrafts, but mainly smaller aircrafts flying with corporate customers from their place of business. So if you have a remote business somewhere, we could be your corporate handman there.
Yes, it sounds really exciting. I'm going a little off script here, but you know.
That's fine.
So are you mainly in Europe, or
currently we're in the Nordics, and
Yes.
we try to contribute to better connectivity
Yes.
within the Nordics first, and then we are looking at Europe, of course, because there's a lot of possibilities there.
And a lot of underused airports as well, as I understand it, like smaller airports that are more local.
Yes, we have a lot of dialogue with smaller airports.
Yeah.
And it's actually been a really interesting topic to bring back regional travel as is, because the bigger airlines, they only want to do the so-called hub and spoke model that they're currently doing.
Yes, of course. And where are you in terms of sustainability for that aviation model?
Well, sustainability in aviation is a really hard question, in the sense that I think all of the major things with airlines have been done contributing to sustainability, and SAF is pretty much the only thing we have left. But then again, LYGG, as a future-looking company, is trying to bring other methods in also, as hybrid electric aircraft and full electric aircraft. And of course, they're not going to be bigger airplanes in the beginning. No. So we are actually aiming to bring all the cards on the table. Mm-hmm. And then we have a multitude of tools we can use and make aviation sustainable.
Yeah, that is fantastic. I was hoping you were going to come to the electric planes, which I've heard from other colleagues in the Nordic regions, where you, I think, are much further developed than we are further down south.
That's very true. Yes.
So what would you say makes LYGG an ideal way for business travelers to travel?
Well, of course, we contribute a lot, or bring a lot, to the business travelers, because we offer time savings, because we do direct connections. We actually get them from where they are to where they need to be, and not going through 7 different airports and having a lot of downtime at an airport, or overnights in big cities, or what have you. And of course, at the same time, we do cost savings, because we save time. We really do save time. You don't have to pay for hotels. You don't have to, spend a lot of money on the gifts for the kids, because you're okay. So there's a lot of savings for the corporates and direct connections. And of course, you're at work.
Yes.
So you don't travel. You actually do the work.
Do you maybe have a use case or an example, just for listeners or viewers of this? From where to where, and where do you see those time savings? So
yeah, we have a perfect example. For example, our route currently, which goes from Helsinki to Örebro or Linköping in Sweden, if you want to go to mid-Sweden, you have to go through Stockholm. And you fly from Helsinki to Stockholm, you take a train, you have to overnight, because the flights, of course, they never give you a full day of work in Linköping. So we actually have a direct route, and people do love it, and they actually do save a lot of time. We actually have a big fan of us living in Linköping. He actually looks when the plane lands, so he can leave 8 minutes before the plane is leaving. So he lives close by, and he walks to the airport.
That is a fantastic story. Now, I assume, now that you've said that, is there a lot of security like we're used to from London Heathrow, or is the security a different deal at those local airports as well?
Of course, we do not downplay security. Security is a very important part of aviation, but of course the queues are a lot shorter, because the airports are smaller. So so you pretty much, you can arrive 15 minutes, 10 minutes earlier, and you get on the plane.
That is fantastic. I would sign up for that immediately. Maybe I have to move to Finland now to take advantage.
Or maybe we need to come to Germany. So
that's also a good idea. So, and where do you see the future of aviation?
That is a good question. Of course, aviation, as the signs show now, will continue growing. So we need an innovative approach, and of course the players are doing what they can now, but it's such a huge industry, and aviation is so regulated. But we need an innovative approach. We need new players in the game, and we hope that LYGG can be one of those players.
Of course.
We need to look at the sustainability. It's been a huge topic here at the GBTA conference. So we need to have something else than SAF also. So I hope that the tools, because the airlines are talking about, they have done everything that they can already. They have operational optimization has been done. So we need to look at new things also. And we hope that hybrid electric and electric airplanes are going to be the future, but that's still a couple of years away.
Early days,
so
yes.
Early days on that. And of course, post-infrastructure travel, we have the airports already. And even the regional airports are underutilized, so we kind of need to figure out on how to make it even more broader and how to make even better regional travel.
Yes. So. And is there going to be, if you're thinking about like having more LYGG planes in the skies and maybe others getting into that market as well, will we just see very crowded skies, or is that so regulated that you can still come through?
Yeah, that's true. The regulation plays such a big part that I think it's going to be a burden, of course, of somewhat magnitude for the aviation people or the aviation officials. But then again, we'll see. Time will tell.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here with me. As you can tell, I've asked you tons more questions than I was supposed to, because I am so fascinated by the topic. So thank you for giving us your time and your insights on this, and have a great day.
Thank you so much, Claudia. You too.